If you have that mindset of like, I consumed this sickness, then you lost. If you are in a mindset of I will never be able to attain the finances that I want in my life, then you already lost. Mentally, you are surviving in that mindset. You are picturing and envisioning a mindset where you cannot get out of this phase. And so if you stay there, you will always stay there.
I want to be very intentional about spending time. I know what I want this year to look like. But sometimes we just focus on what we want our lives to look like once every quarter or at the beginning / end of the year. I want to be intentional about dang near living in my future, like that, spending time every day and dream about everything that I want for myself. But not only that, but who do I want to become?
I really want to do guerrilla marketing this year. I want to do something that's so big it literally takes over not just Atlanta but the whole world. If I could do that online, bruh, I want to do that in person, and not just for a Wise Label, because I don't want it to just be Wise Label. No, because my ultimate goal is for people to know God. We're back. It's a new year. Wait, we didn't introduce ourselves.
Welcome to Growing Painz podcast, where we talk about business and the life of a young adult.
And
I am Tre'Vion. Have you ever been swallowed?
And I'm Yanni.
And I'm Jada. Hey y'all.
That was dry. Come on. No. Put a little more.
Not Jada or hey y'all.
Put a little
More passion, more energy, more passion.
Okay, do it again.
Okay, so I'm Tre'Vion.
I'm Yanni.
Hey y'all, I'm Jada.
Jada, wait up.
She did it again.
What did I do?
You just said, hey y'all.
I always do that.
I know. Okay, so
Trey said, leave that intro in 2023.
Please. Let's leave a lot of stuff in 2023.
Y'all. Okay, let's leave this.
Right?
No, we're going to keep this in there. We're going to solidify. All right, so it's 2024. The last episode, we was talking about what we wanted to do in 2024.
Wait, I have a question. Before we get into it,
I thought you couldn't off my message.
Because I don't want to start yet. I have a question.
Go ahead.
Okay, so before we talk about our 2024 things that we had planned to talk about, I want to ask y'all, overall, how would y'all feel like y'all 2023 went? Like a general overview.
I feel like the end of the year made it the best year ever.
Why you say that?
Because the end of the year was great. Literally, I think the last month and a half of the year just made up for everything. So I was satisfied. Side note. Y'all know something so cute God did? So I got saved November 28th of 2019. When I made my post of the Painz, that was November 18th. And that post did not start going viral till November 28th.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I was like, God, that's so cute.
Y'all be so intentional, bro.
Right? Like, literally, the post was just doing, like, regular numbers. Like, probably had a few hundred likes or something. And then on the 28th, it just shot up. And I was like, that is so cute.
Aww.
But yeah, last year was good though. I'm proud of a lot of things. Not even just business wise, but I got me a church home. I gained a lot of confidence in myself.
Yeah.
I grew personally. So yeah, I'm proud of.
Period.
Last year.
For sure. I think that's what we were talking about it on the phone. Just about I'm proud of where I am and like who I'm becoming. I'm proud of like the fact that before I moved out here, I was like, I need to find a church home. And although my church is online, it's like I know I needed something to like keep me grounded, not allow me to stray away from my core or my morals and different things like that. So that was one thing that I knew for sure I needed. And the crazy thing is I actually saw something recently while we were on break. I saw a message that I wrote to myself in 2022 and it was very like dark. It was like it was saying, I know I don't want to die, but this is how I feel right now. And that was like deep because I remember I was like, no, that was actually that wasn't even 2022. That was January. It said January 5th or something, 2023. So that was last year, the top of the year.
What?
And I was like, dang, like,
Wow.
I don't know why I was feeling that, because I was feeling that all of 2022 and all of 2020, like the top of 2023. So I was like, dang, I'm glad that like I no longer have that feeling, or I know who God is, so that way I know I can go back to him whenever I'm not feeling right. So yeah, overall 2023, it has been really good. I lost weight. Like I got back on track with what I wanted to do as far as like my appearance and stuff, taking care of myself, making sure that my mindset stays sane. I know like now my safe places, if I'm not feeling right, I know I could go to the gym, I could talk to my church, different things like that.
That's
so I
real.
really can't complain about nothing for last year.
That's real. I'm proud of y'all,
Yeah.
man. I'll say, for me, generally, I'll say I grew a lot. I was definitely put through a lot of tests last year, but I would say overall, overcame a lot. Like y'all, found a church home. I was able to move out here. I was able to build some solid friendships and relationships. Also, my brand grew a lot. So I grew a lot mentally and internally. My relationship with God, who I am as a person, I feel like I grew a lot there. So yeah, I would say overall it's been a good year. Like you can't let the bad. I feel like for me, it's more so of a focusing on the good instead of like the bad. Like even though some bad things did happen, what was the good out of that, you know?
Yeah,
so, yeah, that's
for
what
sure.
my mindset is.
Nah, for sure. I'm definitely glad of how the year ended off. Like it just ended off so peacefully, almost.
Yeah.
Like it was like, all right, went through all these trials, lost some friends, lost business.
Yeah.
But I'm still here. You feel me? So
Yeah.
it was like, dang, it was worth it.
That's right.
So yeah. Real quick. If you're not subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? Tap in.
Tap in, twin. Take a 5-second break and go subscribe.
Exactly. We got so much on our channel, y'all. We got blogs, we got challenges, we got silent library, we got everything. So what are you doing? Like,
What are you
go
doing?
subscribe right now.
What are you doing?
Go stand on
subscribe.
business. Go stand on business.
Stand on business,
Let's get back
yeah.
into the episode.
Hey y'all, so I know you are enjoying the episode, but we're about to get into growing topics where we talk about hot topics in society and culture.
Yeah.
So today, Yanni or Trey, one of them have a story for us.
I'm crying. So the story is Halle Bailey and DDG. They officially had a baby, and everybody was in her uterus, worried about what she was doing with her
True.
stuff.
True.
We already briefly talked about this, but congrats to them. I think it's dope.
What did we say the last one? Did we say did we think
talking
she
about-
was or not? Or
I
we
don't
were just
think we
saying
ever
people
said.
mind
We didn't
their
talk
business?
We
about
said
that.
even if she was, it
Yeah,
don't
we were
matter.
saying people need to mind their biz.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I do believe people still should mind their biz. She said that the world was desperate to know Halo. And then I saw some memes where it was like, I could see your halo. They were saying that's what she could be. when she
Wait,
did
so the
story.
baby's born?
Yeah.
She hid that thing well, bruh.
But she ain't
No,
hide it
she
that
didn't.
well.
Well, I also wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. I wasn't paying attention, but it was like, it
When
was
I
right
saw-
there in my face. Like it almost felt like Krishan and Blueface at that point.
I just remember seeing.
What?
It almost felt like Krishan
Like,
and
people kept
Blueface,
talking
like you
about
couldn't
it.
escape it.
Yeah.
Oh, I was
that's
about to
true.
say they are not like Krishan and Blueface.
No. I'm saying you couldn't escape the fact that people kept examining whether she was pregnant or not.
That's
I feel
true.
that.
Yeah, I remember people talking about it a lot. I don't remember. Did she ever do like belly pictures or stuff like that? Or
No.
So DDG, he posted a vlog. I didn't watch the
Oh.
vlog, but I see all of it on the Shade Room.
And on the vlog, she was showing her belly.
Yeah, he showed her belly and like them traveling
Okay.
and stuff. Yeah.
She has a good team. They did keep it hidden pretty well because for it to be like, is she pregnant? Is she not for a whole 9 months? That's pretty good. 'Cause especially all those different award shows and things she went to, her styling team, her makeup artist, hairstylist, all those people keeping it a secret. That's pretty good. But she's also one of Beyonce's kids. And so they probably got trained really well in keeping stuff private.
Yeah. And plus, I also believe that one of the reasons it could have been kept private is due to the fact that I don't think the general public necessarily knows who DDG is or where he came from. They know of him and they don't like they're not a core following, so they don't really know who he is or what's his motive. And it don't matter. Like, he went off on people because like people are saying like, oh, I'm happy for Haley that she has you and stuff like that. And he just simply went off about that prior to announcing the baby, because like, in all honesty, people, we don't know who these people are. So to say like, oh, I'm happy for her to have you, different things like that, it's like we don't know who they are behind closed doors.
I remember watching his vlogs a while back. Well, I won't say a while. I said like last year. I remember he used to always say how he wanted a kid. I don't know if y'all ever repeat, but he used to say that a lot. So that's cool to see. Like now he actually has a kid.
Yeah, no, for sure. He always said he was a lover boy and stuff. So it's to see that forming is mad dope.
Not for real.
Yeah. But that was the end of the hot topics. Let us know what you think. People should continue to mind their business, or do you believe that people on social media have parasocial relationships?
Yes. Now let's get back into the episode.
You want to get into 2024?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. So we already talked about how, you know, what we learned from 2023 and all of that stuff. And honestly, I'm ready to hop into this year. I'm ready to elevate. So we got like some plans, some goals that we wrote down, that we spoke about on the phone, just about like what we want for these first 2 quarters. Yeah, do y'all want to start?
2?
First 2 quarters. Isn't that what we said?
I thought the first quarter.
Yeah, until March.
Oh.
See, I confirmed on the phone and everything.
Wow.
No, silence.
It's like, I don't know what to tell you. Just focus on the first one. Bruh, go ahead.
Okay. Okay, so I'll say, y'all want to go like in a row?
Yeah.
Like keep going. I go one, y'all go, y'all go.
They're cool.
Okay. So I'll say one thing, one of my goals for this first quarter is to consistently post on YouTube at least once a week. Y'all, this may seem like, oh, like a little goal. No, this is a big goal for me. Like, this is a huge goal for me because I have a bad habit of posting and then falling off, posting on YouTube specifically, because I do pretty well on short form content, but it's something about that long form content where I just always fall off track. So one of my goals is to consistently post. And now I could say, oh, I want to reach this amount of subscribers. I want to reach this amount of people. But that's not something I can really control. So I'm more so focused on what's a habit I can set on my YouTube channel that I can control. Like, I can't control how many subscribers I get. I can only control the input. And whatever the output is, then, you know, God gets the glory, and that's great. But I'm going to set the input, and I know the output is going to be even better tenfold. So, yeah, my first goal for this year, well, the first quarter is to post once a week on YouTube.
No, for sure. So the goal that I have is to file for taxes, and I can kind of combine this goal is to file for taxes, get like all my finances in order and different things like that, which will then help me figure out what do I need to do next. So I know for sure that I want to have an apartment within this first quarter, or at least starting for the second quarter, which would be April. So yeah, like definitely by then I want to have like an apartment, and I don't want to settle. I've been suggested to get like a studio apartment and different things like that. But I thought about it to myself is when I got my car, I was at the dealership and I was at least 18 years old, somewhere around there, 17, 18. And it's 2021. I have my business. My business had already been going for a year because I started in the pandemic. And so my business is not no pandemic baby.
Yeah.
You feel me? So the business is still striving, still going. And when I was at the dealership, they were just telling me like, I don't think you're going to be able to get this car just because you're an entrepreneur. You're young. I don't know if you could afford it. And I was looking at them like, clearly you don't know my work ethic. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I test drove the car, and then literally like 2 weeks, I was like, I'm going to be back. And in those 2 weeks, I got the car that I test drove. That was the car that I had. And thankfully, like God brought me through. Like the fact that my business is still going, it's like God really brings me through. So I know for sure that I can get the apartment that I want. It may not be like the top tier one, but at least if I could aim somewhere in the middle of like, it's nice,
It
it's
could
modern.
be the top tier one.
It could be. It can
Yeah.
be. Like I just have to focus and like pay attention. And also not rush it. That's my problem a lot of times. I want to like rush different things or like go after what I want, and it's like it may not be the time just yet. Like before I wanted an apartment, it's like you wouldn't have been able to sustain it because you didn't know certain things, and now I'm learning those certain things. And the last thing I'll say, I know for sure with filing these taxes and this apartment is that if this is a goal that I want to reach, it has to be on the forefront of my mind. So I can say I want this goal, but if it's not on the forefront of my mind, then you won't get to the goal. So that's like my main thing. And that means cutting out parties, cutting out going to different events just every single week, ripping and running.
That's real.
Yeah.
Something. So, well, before I say my goal, I'll preface it by saying, okay, I'm doing, the beginning of every year, God always tells me what's the plan for the year. So I've been locked in with God these first few weeks. Or it's only been a week. Dang.
Yeah.
That's not even been that long. But yeah, so I've been locked in with God, and God has shown me that this year it's not about like doing a bunch of big projects. Like for the past couple of years, God has given me like a big project to do. Now it's more so I almost want to call it like the year of like stewardship. And so I feel like God has dang near given me like a whole new business. And it's almost like I've been watering like this same seed for like years, right? And out of nowhere, I walk away, I come back, and it just sprouted up really, really high. And so now I have like this full grown plant. And I feel like what God wants me to do this year is literally take care of that plant and take care of it. Like if there are any bad leaves, cut the leaves off. Like literally nurture that plant to the point to where that plant will grow so much that by the end of the year, it is going to need to be repotted, right? So with plants, when they start to grow and their roots get too long, they no longer can be in that same container. They no longer can be in that same pot. So like, for me, that looks like either by the end of this year, I'm either have some type of warehouse or studio or something. Yeah. So it's like literally taking care of my business to the point to where it outgrows its current environment, but not like people have been asking me like, oh, you're going to be promoting prom. I've been getting like all these emails about like fashion shows, like doing a fashion show in Thailand, in Paris, and all this stuff. And it's just, it didn't feel right in my spirit. It's just like, God does not want me to be like doing this. It's literally, the focus is literally to just grow, nurture, take care of the plant that I have, and not just start planting new seeds. So all of my goals for this year have to do with that. So that's my little preface. But so my first thing though is getting like my systems together. I really need, through this growth, I've seen that there are a lot of places in my business that the foundation is not together. The foundation is not right. So that's like the first thing I want to spend my time doing for this first quarter is getting the foundation of my business together, getting my systems together, and bringing in help. I don't know if that's like all goes as one thing, but I need systems in order to bring in help.
Yeah.
So like interns, and even this lady that I'm working with says she would like hire my first employee for me, meaning she'll pay for them and stuff like that. So literally seeing like, okay, what do I need to get in order in my business is like my first priority.
That's good.
So getting your foundation straight.
Cool.
All right. I'll say another thing for me that I want to get done this first quarter is my welcome flow. Well, not even my welcome flow, all my flows. So this month I'm working on my welcome flow. Next month, I'm going to work on my abandoned cart, and then March, I'm working on my abandoned checkout.
What's the difference between those?
So abandoned checkout is they're putting in their information, but then they stop. Abandoned cart meaning they added to the cart, but they stopped. So they never got to the checkout part. And so if y'all don't know what flows are, it's basically when you enter into a series of emails based off a trigger. So like I said, adding it to your cart, that's a trigger. So now I can make you, not make you, but convince you to purchase based off a series of emails that I set together. And so I know as my brand grows and I start getting more customers, I've been getting a lot of like, that clip that's been going viral, I've been getting a lot of like website views. But I know as my brand grows this year and as I'm expecting more, I know I'm going to need to manage the customers that I already have. And for me to do that, flows is the foundation. After that, then I need to be sending emails out every week, right? But, and also I heard that 40% as a clothing brand, like 40% of your revenue comes from flows itself.
Yeah.
And so it's like, imagine how much I'm missing out not having that flow, that system, because really it's a system set up. So yeah, that's what I want to get done this first quarter is my flows.
Nah, for sure. So the next goal that I have that I know is gonna take a lot of like discipline is getting down to like 185 pounds. So like right now I'm at like 201 and so I need to get down like more, and then I could decide like if I want to stay there or if I want to go like lower. So that I was thinking about going on like a high fiber diet or something.
What's that?
It's a diet where like you're not necessarily eating a lot of like
Processed
sweets,
foods?
like processed foods, basically like sweets, sugar-free foods and different things like that. So it's more like fruits, less like heavy stuff and less, processed stuff, and more like nutrition basically.
Okay.
And that helps with a lot of things. It's a lot of benefits to it. So that's what I was thinking. And I know for sure that I can get down to that. I just have to like really lock in, because the thing is like I really know that like all of this business stuff that we do is cool and all, but it don't matter if like your health isn't right. And so if you're like not intact with your health, it's not really much like labor that you'll be able to live in. Like you won't be able to live in your labor freely. I actually saw this one time in a video where it was saying like a man, he like strives for riches. He strives to create this successful life of his, but then he also has to put that money back into his health when his health starts to decline and he starts to, die and different things like that. So like you have to really be intentional about like where you want to be in life. And I know for sure, like we getting down to like the goal weight that like we want to be this year. Like I'm not playing. Like I seen this one meme. It was like, this is my last year being fat. I'm like, so I'm like, yeah, I know for sure that I really want to just like be more intentional about like my weight and stuff. Like I want to actually be intentional about that. But I have before in boxing and stuff, but I just haven't over the last couple of years.
Vegan part 2?
I'm thinking vegan part 2.
For
like
real?
I'm dead serious. Like cutting out like a lot of meat and processed foods. Like
I just told
considering.
Yanni that.
Yeah, you said that.
Yeah.
I'm considering doing it because I feel like that's what helped last year, low key. Like I had took like, how long was that? Like 3 months or so? Yeah, it was like roughly 3 or 4 months, and that's when like it just started dropping like quickly. So I'm thinking about like a vegan part 2, maybe not all the way.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like cutting down my meat intake to 1 day a week.
Yeah.
Maybe 2, but I really would like to do 1.
Yeah,
have you thought of doing intermittent fasting?
No, I haven't.
When you only David used to do that when he only eats from 8 to 8. That helps a lot with weight as well.
Yeah, for sure. And also like getting more sleep and stuff. Like a lot of times I don't be getting a lot of sleep.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't expect to like, it's really like they say like when you're a kid, like that's the main time you're gonna have like your growth spurts and stuff. So if you're not getting a proper rest, like you're not able to grow. And this is why we have people who are short men that Jada don't typically like.
Is that why you ended up short?
I'm not sure.
That's true. You get enough sleep.
Did I get enough sleep? Yeah.
Yo, y'all are ugly, bro. I got sleep.
Okay.
You was getting too much sleep. Your mama said, please, girl, stop resting. You're growing too tall.
That was funny. Not gonna lie. That was funny.
Hey, yo, go to your next goal.
Anyways, so I know overall for this year, as far as like online sales, I would love to do 2,000 online sales. But if I'm doing that, I know it's gonna require like better production. And so I also want to spend this first quarter like testing out different manufacturers, like I want to keep doing like luxury couture, like high end pieces. So testing out different manufacturers, like just sending them pieces that I already have to see, like, okay, like that blue corset top I have, like sending that to people and seeing like, okay, who can make stuff like this? Like, so testing out different manufacturers, that's something that I need to get done in this first quarter. I don't plan on releasing any like big collections or anything this year. I might do make 2 more pieces that kind of go with the Jayo jeans.
Yeah.
So like a small collection, nothing too crazy. But next year, I do want to do, I know that's when God's going to have me put out something big. So I need to spend this time getting ready for that. And especially if I'm trying to do 2,000 sales, I need to have somebody who's able to manufacture a lot of pieces. So that's my second goal. Hey y'all, what's up? I know you're enjoying the episode, but real quick, we wanted to take a second to talk to y'all.
Hey, pull out your phones right now and text the word GP Crew to the number down below. Let's get it.
Go do that right now. You're going to get updates about new drops, events, and so much more.
And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now let me get back behind the camera. Let's get it.
Okay, period.
How many goals are we doing?
I don't know.
I was thinking 3.
Can we do 4?
Yeah. We do 4?
4.5.
4.5, please.
Okay, cool. So I would say my next one, I want to read 3 books, so a book a month, essentially. Right now, I'm reading Richest Man of Babylon. I already read it before, but it's so good. So I'm like, I'm going to run through this again. So yeah, that's going to be this month. Next month, I might do a personal development book. And then March, I might run a business book. But yeah, read 3 books.
Nah, for sure. I like that. So the one thing that I've been learning is that if you continue to do like a lot of physical labor, it's only so far you can really get. So I'm trying to think, what is some ways that I can scale and like stop doing so much physical labor? So some of the things that I had wrote down was to hire like editors, people in the space who like know what they're doing, so that way I can delegate the work. Like for example, I've recently over the weekend I had went ahead and like delegated some work, and we were on the phone when I had sent you that intro. So I had sent the intro to somebody that I knew would like kill the intro, and they did their thing. But I know like I have to produce more of that and start to actually like go and like fetch for clients that are secure, like retainer clients. Because I noticed like some clients for Vlogmas, I made nearly close to 10K. So what my goal is, I could say I made like 7K, 7,000. And that was like a good month, but it was because I was intentional. Like I had wrote down that I wanted to make roughly $3,000, and I made more than what my goal was. And so that's like really something I was like, dang, like when I put intention behind how I wanted the month to go on December 1st, that allowed me to like grow at the highest level. So I know that it's possible for me to continue to scale. And with doing so much physical labor, I know that I can't continue to like grow as much like that if I don't start to create some systems and different things like that. So one of the things that I thought about is potentially creating like an ebook or something. That's like a product that I can continuously sell. I can continuously like put out there while we're on a podcast or if we have an event. Even if I'm just out on the street, like I see people in Atlanta always vlogging and different things like that. So I'm like, oh, like that could be something that you could give to them. And I don't want to say necessarily what I want to put in the ebook just yet, but that's what I thought about. So that was one of the things, hiring an editor. There was something else. Hold on. I had wrote it down. Yeah, so hiring an editor, building out the systems like you had mentioned, Jada. I feel like systems is what's going to really like help me know exactly where I want to place people in the roles and different things like that. Like once you get a retainer client, how many retainer clients are you going to send or task one editor to take on? So like, will they edit for 2 clients that are retainer, or will they edit for multiple? So that's what I've been thinking about. The ebook, I know there's different ways that I can scale it, but I'm just trying to think like I have to get the payment platforms and different things like that in order. So possibly creating a Stripe or different things like that.
Yeah,
So
staying organized.
yeah, staying organized.
Okay, I like
Yeah.
that. I would,
Yeah.
We
creating
get
an
in that-
ebook is gonna be dope.
Creating an
Nah,
ebook, that's what,
definitely.
and I have like a dope plan of like when I want to drop it and stuff. I feel as though, I don't know, so y'all can let me know this, because I also feel as though I've been like a little bit nervous, but it's only because I know that's an old way of thinking. So I'm like, dang, if I release this information, and we talked about this as well, like if I release this information, then that mean like what clients will really come to you. But it's like that's a feedback loop that you gotta like nip in the bud, because people are gonna come to you because not everybody's gonna want to do their
They don't got
graphics.
the time.
Exactly.
You feel me? So yeah, some people, they don't have the time. Some people, they gonna buy their ebook and never even use it, because I done did that with multiple ebooks. So yeah,
Yeah.
like different things like
Same.
that. That's just something to think about, consider. Yeah, I know I need to work on that mindset.
Yeah, for sure.
That part.
It's your turn. Okay.
The next thing I would say is implementing my new content ideas. I feel like God gave me like ideas for what my new content's supposed to look like. Honestly, at the end of last month, or maybe middle last month, but I've been so busy like working that I haven't been able to like bring those to life. So really, before this month ends, my goal is to like start bringing those new content ideas to life.
Okay.
That's
Do
good.
you want to share what they are?
So I do want to do a series around the jeans, since my focus is like really pushing those as my main product this year. Basically showing like different ways to style them. So by the end of the year, it should be 50 ways to style these Jael jeans. But that's one of them. And also, I do want to start back my Get Ready With Me's. And I do want to do some type
Because those are doing really well.
Yes, I want to start those back. And then I am going to do some type of like set apart content. Like, I want people to think, when they think of my brand, and think, oh, this brand makes a statement, out of the box, set apart, all that good stuff. So, but a specific piece of content that has to do with that, but I don't know what that is yet. And then brand videos that kind of let my audience like know more about Jael.
Okay. I
And
like
so,
that.
yeah.
Like storytelling content.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
That's
dope.
good.
Okay, I'll say another thing for me. This isn't business, but something that's really important to me is I want to start waking up earlier, like before the sun comes out, to spend time with God. This is something that's been on my heart for a while, but I can never find the discipline to get up to pray and stuff like that. Or I will and I'll fall asleep. But I want to be more.
Not that did that.
Yeah, it's bad. But I want to start doing that because the Bible tells us, first of all, Proverbs 31 woman gets up before the sun comes out anyway.
Period.
But yeah, I want to start doing that. I feel like it will help me get my mind together more, and it'll help me feel like I have more time to like be more intentional with God. And I feel like if I'm doing that, having that intimate moment before I start my day, I feel like that's just going to set the rest of my day off, the rest of the week. Like, I can only imagine how my spirit's going to be throughout the day if I take that one moment being so intentional before the world wakes up to focus on God, pray and read the word and study the word as well. So yeah, that's what I would start doing.
No, for sure.
I feel that.
Yeah, because there's a lot that comes out of like doing the work in the morning time when nobody's like up, because you don't have anybody distracting you in the moment and stuff. So I like those times when you wake up early and like you're just able to be intentional about the time that you use.
It gives you a different feeling. It makes you feel more productive, you know?
More calm and at peace when you work out and like
Exactly.
pray, all of that stuff, get everything you need to do for the day. So yeah, I
That
like
part.
that. I want this year to be my year where I'm an effective communicator in all aspects. I want to be more intentional about saying no to people, not tolerating the same things in my life that I've tolerated before. That's just really something that I really, really, really want to be intentional about. I want my yeses to be more powerful than my no's. I don't want my no's to be more powerful. Wait, am I saying that right?
You want your nose to be...
I want my no's to be more powerful than my yeses. That's
Right.
what I mean.
Yeah.
Yep. So I want
so you say it more than you say
yeah,
yes.
I want my no's to be more powerful than my yeses. And the reason I say that is because I don't want there to no longer be an expectation in my life where people think if I ask Trey this, he's gonna say yes. You should reconsider that I'm gonna say no. And I have that problem of just saying yes and overextending myself, and it always like puts me in a feedback loop of like I'm drained or I'm tired or now I don't have enough time to like pour into myself. So I want to be more effective in that area and be able to articulate myself and understand that once I say no, I no longer need to explain why I said no. I said no because I said no, and it doesn't work for me. You feel me? Like I don't want to play about myself this year.
That's real, bruh.
So I'm really like standing on that. Like I don't want to play about myself this year. I'm not going to play about myself this year, and I'm going to continue to do what I need to do in order to elevate my life, because everybody else's life is going to move on. But if you allow people, outsiders, to control your life, you will always be the remaining factor as to why your life is being controlled. So yeah,
Standing on business.
Standing on business.
Yeah.
And I believe that'll help me in multiple ways. It'll help me when I say be an effective communicator. Aside from just the news, I want to be able to be more effective on this podcast, not just speaking with the first thought that comes to mind. I want to be more intentional. I want my presence and my aura to be captivating when I speak, and that I have something to say. And I say this all the time. Like I really want to be intentional about what I want to say and be clear on where I'm going in the conversation. Take my time when I'm speaking, different things like that. And that'll help me when I get in the rooms and network and different stuff like that. Cause this year we are networking. Like
No, for real.
I need to network this year. I'm not gonna lie. I need to network, get in rooms.
Not that part.
And just build connections in my field.
That's real though. Something my dad used to always say to me is to think before you speak. Cause I used to have a habit of just talking.
I always had a habit of just talking.
Yeah, but like what you were saying reminded me of what my dad always said to me, and that's so real. And I'll say something that's been helping me is like journaling. I used to kind of like mumble my words together a lot when I talked, but I realized the more I started writing, the more I started realizing being more prolific with my words. So yeah, do you journal?
No, I don't, and that's why I feel as though a lot of times when I have a thought, I'll have the thought, and then it'll go somewhere else. And then now I'm trying to get back to that point of the thought that I had. So I feel as though journaling, that will help me be able to effectively communicate, because
Definitely.
I no longer have to worry about like, oh, dang, what was I going to say? Or how we be like joking to like, oh, you forgot what you said again.
Yeah.
Like we all sometimes forget what we said. But if we be more intentional about what we're saying and what's the meaning in behind what we're saying, then we're able to effectively communicate.
That
real.
part.
So yeah. That's where I'm at with it.
I feel the same way.
No, for real, same. Are we doing 4 or 5?
We're on
We said 4.
This is 4.
you going on this one?
Well,
one more round
we
is
just
4.
No, we just all did 4.
I thought one more round was
Yeah,
4.
I thought one more round was 4 too.
Yeah,
Cause I only said 3.
because this is the third one.
Oh, wait, is it?
Yeah.
No, it's not, bruh.
My first
We
one
already did the third
was
one.
my first one was I was talking about flows, and then I was talking about what was I talking about?
Because I did content, and then I said,
Flows, YouTube. I could have sworn this is the third one.
bruh, no, because look, I did content.
Yeah, flows. I said flows, YouTube, and I talked about God. This is your third one.
Bro, no, it's not.
Yeah, this is the third
Yeah,
one.
this
No,
is the
it's
third one.
not. I
Because I
swear
had my
this
fourth
is
one
the
in my head.
fourth.
I didn't say my fourth one yet.
Because my first one was, I said manufacturing systems, and I said content already, right? That's 3.
When you said manufacturing systems, you said that as one. You said
Yes,
that
you
in
did.
one talk.
Because you said I should just combine this. one.
Yeah. And then the second one you said content, and this is the third one.
Oh. Okay. That's crazy. Okay. Then I would say my third one would be finally like doing more like, or finally doing my influencer marketing. So this year I want like Jael to be like everywhere.
It will.
Literally anywhere that's just exclusive or like upscale, important, whatever. I want Jael to be
Say
there.
a place so we can look back and see. You said it.
I'm trying to think of something. Well, you know what I really want?
What?
I would really like to make something for the Met Gala. I would love that. But that's in May. I don't know when people start getting stuff designed for that.
When they reach out to you.
But I really want to do something for the Met Gala.
They're going to reach out to you soon.
And we're going to pull a clip.
Yeah.
For real. Look, Met Gala, I'm coming for you.
Period.
But yeah, I just want like Jael to be seen everywhere, and so just getting my pants now on more influencers, getting my dresses like on more influencers. Like I want it to be like when you see my brand, you either see it from the pants. Your alarm went off. Sorry, time to post. But I want when people see my brand, I want them to either see it because they see my jeans, or I want it to be because they see something like on the red carpet or something like that. And I want the red carpet stuff to really just show my creativity. Like, okay, yes, she had these jeans, but like I also know how to do this, and this, and that. And so just, starting that whole plan of getting my brand seen everywhere.
Okay. I love that. And it's going to happen too.
Yeah.
That part.
Matt Gala, Jada is going to be in there. Jael is going to be in there.
Nah, for real. Okay, so this is the last one, or no? Okay. I'll say for this one, I want to add 2 colors to my Walk Wisely with God shirts. So right now I have black and brown. I don't know what colors I want to drop yet, but I know after this quarter we'll be leaning into spring. And then I want to do Atlanta Streetwear Market, and I also want to have more options at Atlanta Streetwear Market. So I'm like, let me use this first quarter to add colors. So yeah, I want to add 2 shirt colors. Also, in cahoots with that, I want to do another marketing photo shoot campaign. This year, it may not be for the first quarter, but I really want to do guerrilla marketing this year. Like, I want to do something that's so big, it literally takes over not just Atlanta, but the whole world. Y'all know, I remember, and y'all know why I know it's going to happen. I feel like God has given me the gift of influence. I remember one time, my account was small, but I was able to convince all my followers. I made this wallpaper, right? And it said I Heart Wise label. I was able to convince my followers to put that as their profile picture. Aww. And so I just feel like if I could do that online, bruh, I want to do that in person. And not just for Wise label, because I don't want it to just be, Wise label, no. Because my ultimate goal is for people to know God. So when you see Wise label, okay, what does brand stand for? Oh, this is a Christian brand. Oh, dang, they have a community. Oh, well, I want to grow my, like, it's more than just Wise label, right? But for that to happen, I have to have real estate. So creating more space for God. So yeah, this year I really want to do guerrilla marketing. Don't know what yet. Like, I know there's different types, so I'm gonna just pray on it and see. But I will say my last goal is to add 2 colors.
Yes.
Me like it. Yes. That's gonna be good. So the last thing that I have is to get in the content bag. And when I say content bag, I mean like for real. Like, I feel as though I'm a very creative person. Like, over the weekend, I wrote a song.
What?
I wrote a song that's actually hard.
A song or like a rap song or R&B
no,
song?
like an actual song. It's like
singing?
It's like melodic-y.
Okay.
What?
Yeah,
Sing
that's
it.
No.
Sing it.
No. But I noticed that I have a lot of gifts. Like I'm very creative. That was just a way with something I was going through, and it was like a way to get like the emotion out. I couldn't get no emotion out through no graphic. So I was like, let me figure out a way to get this emotion out. So that joke was actually came out hard because it was like how I was feeling in the moment. But aside from that, what I mean by content, I know with content that I can really take it places if I just apply myself, if I just schedule out the content. A lot of times I have all these ideas, but sometimes I will, what is the word that I'm looking for? Sometimes I will like procrastinate and suppress. That's what I'm looking for. I will suppress the creativity because it's, I got to do this graphic, or I have to do this order for this client, or I have to edit a video. So I want to really start scheduling out content and being intentional about growing this brand and making it massive and making people believe that you can be a content creator too. You can create content. That's going to lead into the ebook. That's going to lead into hiring the people. Like, you have to have a vision for your life. You have to have a vision for your brand. So you can't lead people somewhere where they don't see a vision. It's kind of like if you're in dating, if you're dating somebody and the vision isn't clear for the man or where y'all are going or where he is going, then the woman no longer wants to be submissive because you have no plan. You feel me? And so I know that same exact thing applies everywhere. You can't try to hire a team and you don't have no plan of where you want to go. So you mean to tell me you're gonna hire this team and you still not gonna post content? And one thing that made me realize this is when my cousin, she asked me, she was like, you know, she was asking me what I was gonna do for the new year, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna chill right now because when I get back to work, then I know I'm gonna be locked in. She was like, oh, for the podcast, and I was looking at her like, the podcast, like I respect the podcast, I love the podcast, but it's like, it's like my business though. Like I was thinking about that too. I was like the podcast and my graphic business, my creative business. And so she was like, I didn't know you had a creative business. I was like, well, baby, you may not be paying attention.
That's the fact she didn't know that though.
She didn't know that. And I was like, that's a problem. Like everybody that knows me should know that I have a creative agency, that, you know, I have this thing aside from just a podcast. And I feel like that was kind of my fault because I post podcast clips and stuff on my page, but like you don't show the creative work of what you're doing, like with the graphics. So one of my content plans that I had came up with Jada was that the picture that I took on my page where like my head is on the floor, I want to do more posts like that. So like how I have an outfit on right now, instead of just posting this outfit, nobody cares about the outfit. But if I add an element to it, showing a creative edit that I did with it, now people are not only interested in this picture, but they're interested in who made this picture, who edited this picture. And so I know I can... I'm sorry, I was joking behind the scenes.
You good, Zil? That'd be the worst for you to try not to call.
I know, especially during COVID. That's when you really wasn't trying to call.
Bro,
but nah, so content, that's one of the things that I wanted to do. So creating a plan like on my page. And this is something I was thinking about is, aside from just like the pictures and stuff, maybe on the home feed, when you come to my main page for Royalty Made It, you see just like pictures of me in outfits and stuff, but they have like these cool, like dope edits.
I think that would be so
But then when you go to the Reels page, you see like this comedic style content and it's like funny, it's hilarious. But then when you go on Royalty Made It, it's like all things content, like all things of how to grow your channel, how to grow your Instagram and different things like that. And I know that if I'm gonna tell people or create an ebook on like how to create content, you gotta actually be doing it too. So that's what I'm working on, is creating this content. I need to start creating a schedule with, you know, the YouTube channel like you've been doing, and Yanni's been doing her thing on YouTube.
Thank you.
So just creating content, more scheduled content, more consistent content, and not just posting when I want to.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I be seeing stuff on TikTok that you could do, content you could do, and I be wanting to send it, but I be like, he's not gonna do it, bro. Don't send it to me.
Nah, but I do need to really get into it. But like I said, it's a lot of times because I suppress like what I want to do. Like it's like, oh, I got to do this thumbnail, so I'm just forget the content that I need to do for myself. But yeah, I'm gonna start doing that. And also, I feel as though another thing, I'm a very introverted person, so what would help is if I get out the house. Like a lot of times I just be in the crib, or Yanni asks me if I want to come somewhere, and I'll be like, I do not want to go with you. But not like that, but it's just like I'd rather be at home. But like you'd be like, all right, that's your problem.
Yeah, for sure.
So I need to get out more so that I can create more.
Yeah, because as you get in new environments, it opens up your creativity because you're not in the same walls.
Yeah.
That's something else I want to do this year, is entering myself in more creative spaces. So going to the museum more, even if I'm going for walks, you know, just looking at art, studying art, stuff like that.
Yeah, I felt as though last year it was good, but I realized that I'm very habitual person. Like once I get into a habit, I start doing it over and over and over again. I go to the studio to shoot the podcast, go back home, do graphics, go to the studio, shoot the podcast, go back home, do graphics.
Yeah.
And it's a repetitive thing over and over. And this is why I be feeling like I want to go do something else. But it's
Yeah.
like you can be doing stuff else. You just don't do it. And another thing, I need to like tap in with you more. Like when you ask me to come places, because a lot of times I do be boxing myself in. Like I'm a habitual person. So a lot of times I'll go to the same places. If I'm not at the studio, if I'm want to get out the house, I'll go to the same exact places, Chick-fil-A or Starbucks, and just work there. It's like, get out somewhere else. Like find another spot or place that you can go to get creative.
That's crazy. I literally just peeped that about myself, bro. I just peeped that I am also a habitual person.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I consistently do the same thing.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah.
So last one. Okay. Can I do 1.5?
Jada.
Because one is just one sentence.
Do one more. That's it. we didn't even do one for the podcast. So that means y'all don't care about the podcast. They don't care about y'all. I'm sorry.
We do care about the podcast.
Of course we care.
We care a lot.
You didn't say one, so you have no room to talk.
I'm the one who brought it up.
But you didn't say go.
Exactly.
I was gonna go after she went.
No, you weren't.
Yes,
Whatever.
bro. I'm the one that brought it up.
You weren't.
I literally brought it up. Go ahead with your 1.5.
I feel like I have a few more goals, but I'll say one.
Jada.
Because I like this one. So, one thing that's one of my goals that I'm going to be very intentional about in this quarter is spending more time daydreaming. And
No, I love that.
No, I did not mean to laugh, but it was. I was
you
just looking
laughing at my
No,
goals.
I was
Why
not.
you laughing at her
Bro,
goal,
I wasn't
Trey?
laughing at her goal.
That's
You don't believe me?
No, I was looking
That
at
you
Jada.
don't believe it,
Oh
Jada?
my god. I was laughing
You just
because
called my goal stupid.
Now you just called Jada dumb.
Bro, don't do that because I was not laughing at her goal, but I heard I don't know what I heard, but I
You
heard.
didn't hear nothing but Jada said her goal.
I could have sworn
And
I
that's
heard.
what was funny.
Listen, I could have sworn I heard Zell over there giggling, and then I saw Jada smiling, so I was laughing at that.
Jada always smiles.
I know, and I can't laugh at her smiling.
You're laughing at her goal.
Oh my god, I'm not laughing at her goal, bro. Go and do your daydreaming.
Dang, let me explain.
I wasn't laughing.
Was so mean.
Bro, I wasn't laughing
I'm
at that.
gonna
I
cry.
promise. Go ahead. I wasn't laughing at that.
Anyways, dang. Trey. Anyway, so daydreaming.
Go ahead.
So everything exists twice, right? So first in the mind, and then the second time is in the physical world. And so I have been reading that book, The Habit of Breaking Yourself, whatever. The habit of
Breaking the habit of being yourself.
The habit of being yourself. And it's really good. It breaks down a lot of stuff that I've been just learning already and studying already. But basically though, I just want to spend more time being intentional about sitting there and envisioning my future. Like everything that we have now, where we're at, everything that we have in our businesses, the idea was first in our mind before it ever became our actual lives, you know? And so I want to be very intentional about spending time. I know what I want this year to look like, but sometimes we just focus on what we want our lives to look like once every quarter or at the beginning / end of the year. I want to be intentional about dang near living in my future, spending time every day to just sit there and dream about everything that I want for myself. But not only that, but who do I want to become? I've been doing this too. Another as far as personal goal, it's me getting even closer with God. So even I will sit there and think about what it's gonna look like, or how is it gonna feel, or when I have that even closer relationship with God, literally just dreaming about all parts of my life. And the more that I do it, the more real that it feels. And so that is something that I'm going to be very intentional about.
I literally love that. Because I am a daydreamer. I spend a lot of time in my mind.
Yep.
And what helps me stay in my mind, not stay in my mind, but keep the vision forward, is Pinterest. I don't know if you've ever been on Pinterest,
I like that.
but I spend a lot of time on Pinterest, and just seeing pictures and you know, things that I see for myself in the future, it helps me stay stimulated. Like, this is what I see for myself. And especially if you're looking at it all the time. Bro, I'm always creating vision boards on there. So I really love that.
Yeah, I like it too, because I want to continue to stay this year. I want to stay tapped in with my conscious mind and not my subconscious mind. I want to be more intentional about actually staying focused on the vision that I have for my life. So when we're on the phone, what you were saying about how do you imagine yourself at a 10? Like, what are the things and the qualities that you see within yourself in order to be at a 10? And definitely what you said about using Pinterest, I like to listen to a lot of like interviews and stuff. So I see and hear people's stories about their worst part of their life ever and their most highest parts of their life ever. Or I'll see people on Snapchat like DDG, Queen, and Clarence and stuff, and I see like the trips they go on and different things like that, and I start to picture myself like what it would look like if I'm there, like in that moment. And so yeah, like if I'm in those rooms and stuff, daydreaming is definitely a good thing.
And also that reminded me of the Bible verse, walk by faith, not by sight. So,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No, for sure. Even praying without ceasing. Like, when you're praying, you're literally like say if I'm praying about if I'm sick and I need to be healthy, if I'm praying that like God like remove the sickness out of my body, in my head I'm actually thinking of that sickness being gone, me no longer feeling that pain. Like, praying without ceasing. If I'm praying like God like fix my financial situation, when I'm praying, I'm thinking about that, like the financial situation being improved. So it's just like, I look at that even like as a similar thing, as far as like, it's not necessarily daydreaming, but praying without ceasing. That's also, prayer is like also you, like, if you're praying about your life, it's also you, I don't want to call it daydreaming, but you get what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like thinking of like your life in a different situation, or praying that God, you know, helps your life be get to a different situation, a different place, things like that. Exactly. And so yeah,
I saw this thing on Instagram, and it said, if words have power, imagine how much more prayer has power. And that was so real, because everybody's always saying, oh, I manifested this by talking and speaking, and words do have power. But something Miles Monroe always says is how, like, or I don't know if he always says it, but I heard him say it before in a sermon, is how prayer is petitioning in heaven. So when you pray and you use Bible verses in your prayer, you're like putting a pressure on God. Like you're telling God, like, I read your word, I studied, and this is what you said, and I know what you declared over my life, and you're praying, you're petitioning in heaven. Yeah, and so that just brought another perspective, because I'm like, dang, like, yeah, prayer is powerful for sure.
For sure. Yeah, I was at over like this break, I was at like the doctor's. And I'm not gonna lie, this so I was like laying there on the bed, on like the hospital bed, or the doctor's bed, I should say.
I was about to say, you in the hospital bed?
Not the hospital. It was the doctor's bed, and this old man was next to me, and like both of us are sitting there, and you know they gotta like check your heart rate and stuff, so they're putting like all this stuff on you. And I'm laying on there, and I hear like the little noise, like
and like
no, not that. Why are you trying to kill this man?
You said you heard the thing.
No, I just heard the thing going. He was alive.
Jada.
Why did your mind go like over the edge? Like, you take it to the first extent.
Not the man died.
We were both. Then you talk about the thing. We both were on there, so don't say that. So both of our things going dead, and I'm thinking like, ooh, that's a little scary. Then the doctor, one of the nurses, she's sitting there talking about how somebody died and stuff. I'm like, can you go over there? You're talking about death, and I got this old man next to me. You talking about death. You're putting my mind into a mind frame as something about to happen. So now I'm thinking about that video. What's the lady name? The Caucasian lady?
Mariah Carey?
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
What Caucasian lady are you talking
The Caucasian. The
Mary Morrissey?
No, Mariah Carey is not even.
She is a black.
She's white and black. Oh my gosh.
What is going on?
What?
You said Mary who?
Mary Morrissey.
I was thinking about her and
What
how
did she do?
You didn't watch the video. I sent
We
it
know
in
you
the
didn't
group
watch it.
Oh, that
message.
video. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I didn't know that was her name. I watched a little bit of it. I'm not gonna lie.
We know you didn't watch it.
Yeah, I did. I watched a little bit, like 5 minutes.
You didn't even get to the so you ain't
I
watch
skipped
it.
to the middle where the good part is.
Anyway, I was thinking about Miss Mary Morrissey.
Morrissey.
I said that, but my voice went out incorrect.
Come on.
So I'm trying to get to the point. You're talking about somebody dying, then how Mariah Carey is white and all
You
this
talking
stuff.
about someone dying.
Anyway, so I was thinking about this, and I'm thinking about how you can revive your life back to health when you put yourself in a mindset of reviving. If you revive yourself, whether through a hardship of survival, whether it's through a hardship of health, a hardship of a relationship, you can always revive yourself based on the mentality that you have. So if you're with a narcissist and you have a person that is, just manipulative and different things like that, you lose the battle when you allow that narcissist to control your mind. But if you know that this person is a narcissist and they're gonna gaslight you and different things like that, then you will stay in the battle by continuing to mentally strengthen your mind. And as you strengthen your mind, you know that this person doesn't have the emotional intelligence to outbeat you in that phase, in that mindset, and different things like that. For health, if you're in the worst health of your life and you're going through something, if you say, dang, I have that, like if you own this sickness that you have in your life, you already lost the battle, because this sickness does not determine whether you continue to live on or not. God does.
Yeah.
And so if you have that mindset of, oh, I already lost the battle, or I consumed this sickness, then you lost. If you are in a mindset of, I will never be able to attain the finances that I want in my life, then you already lost mentally, because you are surviving in that mindset. You are picturing, you are visioning and envisioning a mindset where you cannot get out of this phase. And so if you stay there, you will always stay there. And it's kind of like when in the hood or a neighborhood where if all you have seen and experienced was trauma and different killings and death and stuff like that, if that's all you ever seen, that is the life that you're gonna picture. But when you get exposed to new things, now you have a new way of thinking. Now you are exposed to more, to believe more, to have more trust that there is more out there than what you see right now. So that's what I learned, is like what you picture is what you will either kill or revive. So that's what I learned.
That part.
Yeah.
Period.
And so are we gonna say at least one goal that we have for growing pains?
Yeah, for sure. I would say we start. I don't know if we want to say that yet, though. Maybe we shouldn't.
Whisper it. I don't know how to read lips.
But I know what you're saying.
What's she saying?
I really don't know what you're saying.
Try to text it or something.
Maybe we shouldn't say it. Let's not say it.
Why not? We need
Not
people
yet.
to
Let's
start
start it
joining that text list.
Oh, you're talking
So
about
that-
text
Oh,
list? I thought
okay,
you was talking
okay,
about the
okay,
other
okay.
thing.
Yeah, but I'm saying they need to join
Well,
the
you're
text
talking
list
about,
so that
like-
way when it comes out, they can go ahead.
Well,
and,
let's put the plan together first and then say it.
Y'all talking about?
No.
Me don't know what you're saying.
No, we should talk about.
Oh, okay,
We
okay,
should
okay,
talk
okay.
about the.
They probably looking like, what the heck are they doing? Okay, y'all, let's just say everything.
No.
No, I don't think we should say everything.
They say every single
No,
thing.
because people actually be listening when we did that 90-day challenge. People actually be coming up to us. Actually,
for real.
are we sticking to it? So let's not mention nothing that we're
I
not
do
gonna
say
do.
we should mention the shirts though.
Well, if we weren't gonna mention it, we might as well mention it now.
I mean, because we already have it. It's in the process already. So
Okay.
But I was talking about the other thing.
Yeah.
I don't think we should
He
say that
got
just
it.
yet. Yeah, Trey, you know what we're talking about, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
What's your goal?
Oh, are we
The
gonna
shirts?
are we gonna say it collectively or no? Or this is individual?
Yes. 1, 2, 3. Steph.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I just want to make sure you don't say it right.
No, I'm playing. We can do the separate goals.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
separate. Okay. Okay. Cool.
Quickly.
Oh my gosh.
What's your goal?
Okay, I'll say. I would definitely say getting our product on more people. Oh, shirts specifically. So y'all, we've wore them before in like 2 episodes, but the website's in production and stuff like that. But we're about to drop some shirts, and y'all definitely stay on the lookout for that. For sure. But I'll say getting our shirts on more people, on our community, and really building a community using our product. So when people see that orange Z, you already know.
It's like, oh, that's Growing Painz for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like even when we do our go getter link ups, or when we go to podcast summit, just using opportunities we can to put our product in those spaces. Yeah, I would feel like that would be dope. I don't know if I want to put a number. You guys go and then come back to it.
Okay. I feel as though we already have started building a community. I don't believe that. I don't like the idea of like chasing numbers as far as like on social media and stuff. Because we already got like 7,000 followers on Instagram and like a couple thousand on TikTok now. But I want to be intentional about working with the people that we have, because those people, they're gonna push it and grow it, and we've already seen that, and we appreciate every last one of y'all.
Sure.
So the goal that I would say is being more intentional about planning and making sure that when we have events and stuff that we're actually taking our time to plan. A lot of times we have like events and stuff and we'll have the idea and we'll just sit on top of it. Like we were gonna potentially do an event this month, but we just all like was like, nah, not right now. So if we're gonna do events and stuff, planning ahead, and it's hard because sometimes it feels like either this or that, whether either your business or the Growing Painz podcast. And it's like, I love the podcast. I love my business too. So I'm trying to figure out which.
Your business paying you more than the podcast.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, in the business I actually own.
Yeah.
So, so like, you know, I love the podcast. It has helped me so much, but my business is also paying me. But I would like to be more intentional about planning. And maybe we shouldn't worry so much about like what we're getting paid. Like, if this is what we want, if this is what we want to grow, if this is the vision that we see for the podcast, like we gotta be more intentional about it and not just like kick it to the curb.
Ditto. Both of what y'all said is my goal.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could say get some sponsorship ads, but mainly community and stuff is my goal.
Yeah, definitely.
Sponsorships ads would be good, but I feel like that comes with community.
Yeah.
Like
and I really like the way our community is growing too, because it's very intimate. Like, I really like how we have literally relationships with people. It's not like we have followers. No, we know these people that support us, support in real life, spend their money to show up to what we do in real life. Yeah. So I really like the direction that the community is growing. And also it's like dope people in real life too. Like
real life dope people. So that is it. Make sure you hit that like button and be swallowed up.
Do we have any questions? Do we have any questions?
Y'all looking at me?
I have no questions.
Let me see.
Okay, so we don't have no questions, right? No,
Let me go.
So we have to get back to. We haven't done Go Getter Monday.
Well, we have some in the vault, so yeah.
Okay, so we got to get back to like all of this stuff, answering the questions. The what is the hot topics? Growing topics, and
do we got any questions in our DMs?
So basically, make it make sense. We usually end off the podcast this way. So if you have any questions about like anything that you want to ask, you wanted some advice on, you feel like you want to vent to the Growing Painz podcast, go ahead and DM us. We've had people DM us over time, and if you watch our last episode for the end of 2023, we answered like all of the questions that we had from 2023. So we need some new questions. Yeah,
That part.
Yes, so definitely DM us, even if it's individually or on the on our Instagram, on our TikTok, and we're gonna answer it.
No, for sure.
I see.
So yeah, let them know the rest of the stuff.
Oh, is Jada finding a question or no?
I was trying to, but it's okay.
No? Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, y'all can follow us on social medias, Instagram at Growing Painz Podcast, TikTok at Growing Painz Pod. Make sure y'all stream on Spotify and Apple Pod. We also be doing special segments on there. Not gonna tell y'all because y'all gotta go over there and check it out. But yeah, so definitely go listen to audio too. And y'all can follow me, Yanni Bratcher.
Oh, you can follow me at Roy Tre'Vion, and my content creative agency is Roy Teammated.
And you can follow me at
I am
Jada Ellis or at Jael Official.
Let me say my clothing brand too. Wise Label, because I didn't say that.
Yeah, she got it on. Like you.
Her. Yeah.
All right, y'all. We are out.
Toodles.
Let's get it. See y'all.
Bye, y'all.